Hey guys, David Patrick Green here, hackhollywood.com, hackbollywood.in, and just another observation on what you can learn from what people and governments are doing during this whole coronavirus crisis. Today I was watching the news, which I kind of swore myself off of, but you know, what the heck. It's good to drink my morning coffee with the body count in the background. And I was watching a particular channel that was talking about how Sweden was treating the whole coronavirus. And I don't know if you're aware of this, but what Sweden has chosen to do is actually leave it up to the people themselves what they think they should be doing. So if you live with people, I guess you can hang out with them, and you can go to a restaurant and you can go hang out in the village square or what have you. But it's basically life as normal, except you should be social distancing yourself, I guess, from others. They didn't go into detail. And I thought this was really interesting because it's not the first time I've heard it. In fact, a friend of mine who is an extremely high-profile executive at a multi-billion-dollar company mentioned the Sweden model. And I thought, oh, interesting. And it's funny how, like, conservatives see this different from liberals, but I mean, it's funny, people sort of see things the way they want to see them, and there's a lot of different ways to do things. And you know, for one thing, you can go, okay, well, the Swedes are doing it this way, so it must be okay because that's how they're doing it, right? Which is a semi-logical way to look at things. I mean, if everybody's not dying, you know, of the zombie apocalypse, okay, maybe it's okay. But all you have to do is look at the statistics to go, yeah, they're sort of giving everybody the ability to, you know, handle themselves in a responsible manner, but that assumes people will behave in a responsible manner, or that they even agree that, you know, what responsible means to them compared to how the government or you or any other individual sees it. Anyway, so if you just look at the statistics in Sweden, they are appalling. They have one of the highest death rates out of every single country. And I think they're at around 15%. So they may have, as of the writing, when I did this video, I think they had like 26,000 cases, and they had over 2,500 deaths or something like that. It was about 15 to 16% death rate, which is way higher than even the United States, which has a very disjointed strategy, but way, way higher than almost every other what you would call developed country. And I thought, like, why would people just use this as an example without looking into it a little further? And this is just what I'm getting at. It's the follower mentality, is that you see things the way you want to see them. So if these people are doing it this way, you're going to want to do it that way too. But that doesn't necessarily work well for success or survival. So when you see other people doing things a certain way, you know, in particular in your acting career, or somebody's telling you to do things in a particular way, and you give them authority because you perceive them to be in a, you know, position of authority, so you just assume that they know what they're talking about, please look into the statistics, or just start asking some questions. You don't even have to ask them. Ask yourself, oh, well, if I do this, then what, right? So they told me to send postcards. Okay, so if I send postcards, they're going to look at the postcards because they said they would look at the postcards. But even if they do look at the postcards, how many other people are looking at these postcards? Is it 1,000, 10,000, 100,000? How many of these postcards do they get that I think that they're going to look at mine, and then they're going to actually do something with it? Like, even if they look at it, then what do they do? Because if it isn't related to a specific role, what are they supposed to do? Store this in their memory bank, in their mind? Are they going to file the postcard in their postcard drawer along with the other million they've received over the last couple of years? You know, so if you ask yourself a few questions about strategies that you're implementing, I think you will find that, you know, there's some learning to be done. Okay, guys, so I don't know, should we behave like Sweden? I'm not sure. The government there is very proud of the fact that they feel that almost 24% of Swedes have now been infected by the coronavirus. I guess they're thinking they're all going to get infected at some point, so we might as well. But then in the same breath, they also said, but we also acknowledge we have failed our old population because half of the 2,600 deaths, or however many deaths it is now, is like 6,000 deaths. However, half of them are old people in old age homes. So again, look beyond the surface of the story and make your own decisions, guys. And this applies to anything you hear. I will talk to you soon.